Greetings. How we doing? Forgive the hair, the mess, and everything else. The fact that my dog is barking because the neighbor brought their dog out, so my dog's trying to say hi repeatedly. So if you can hear him in the background barking, forgive him. But yeah, so how's everybody doing? Down Under Maker, Kaz, good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to hit the like button like Down Under says. So today on my way home, I managed to pick up another node. I finally got another node. It only took like 3 or 4 days of driving with this thing in the car. I finally picked up another node. However, I do have the bigger antenna on here. And oddly enough, the node's last GPS location was in Iowa. So I don't know if they updated their GPS location and it was just somebody I was passing on the road. But it was a Lily Go T Echo that I picked up. So that's pretty cool. Finally found a node. Can't complain. However, I did get a box of goodies in the mail today. So some stuff that was sent to me from my Amazon wish list, which I have to say something real quick. My wife is getting tired of me receiving packages and none of them are for her. So I think I'll have to find a few sweet things to put on there for her. And if anybody's feeling generous and wants to get things for the missus, I'll put them in the wish list. But here's what we got. Ready? Bam. Got them. They're here. So I now have another set of these since the other set went missing at Rocky Mountain last year. So I'm going to open these up real quick and get them out of there. Happy wife, happy life. You are correct, Vince. Good to see you, sir. But there we go. We finally have another set of these bad boys. So there we go. We got another pair. I'm not taking these with me to another event. They're staying here. These are mine. So get rid of that. The next thing I got was something that's been on my list for a while. I'm pretty sure that this came from Digital Dragon. So thank you, Digital Dragon. I'm not sure who sent me these. It might have been Digital Dragon as well, but a set of feeler gauges. So got a set of feeler gauges now, finally. So again, if that was Digital Dragon, thank you. If it was somebody else, thank you. You prefer the clicky kind. Only left, and the scissors such kind of suck for lefties. Yeah, I understand, man. I understand. And then the last thing is my buddy Shaun sent me out some batteries as well. So now I have 4 of these 300 milliamp hour batteries. So I need to get some more of these, some more devices that I can use them with. So I have a use for all these batteries because I have 1 battery currently plugged in and connected. It's been running for 3 days, 2 days, whatever it's been, and still has over 50% battery life left in it, and it started at 70. So it was a little low on battery when I started, and in 2 days, 3 days, it's only gone down 20% roughly. Not bad, not even 20% yet. So, but I do have 2 more of the 3000 milliamp hour batteries, so I need to get some more of these so I can make some more and have these, because I have the printed part that came off after we installed the hot end yesterday. Let me go here and pause this so it quits moving. But there we go. So there you go. It is yellow. It is bright, and of course the light is not going to make it easy to see. But that part's green. Who cares, right? But look at that. Print quality is just as good as I would expect. There is a little bit of the brim left on there. But all in all, the print quality was great. And I'm printing a little handheld unit from TonyG, so I can make it a portable thing to carry. So another reason why I want to get more of these, so I can just print one and have one of these that I can just carry around, have another unit that's on top of the car. That way, as I kind of stray away from the car, they can hopefully still talk. That'll be cool. But again, I am just waiting to hear back from Rockland. Still have not heard back from those guys. I did email them a couple days ago. They did say to reach out. So I did. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Maybe they'll send me some other units or something that can use these 3,000 milliamp hour batteries, and I can plug them in and try different stuff and print parts for different things. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, so I now have feeler gauges, so that's pretty cool. I'll be able to check fitment, as well as I have these guys, so it'll make crimping the batteries and whatnot just that much easier, you know? Just. However, now I still need to get some of the smaller JST connectors, the little 1.25s, I believe they are. I'll have to double check. I believe it was 1.25. So I need to get some of those so that I can actually cut the solar panel cable back there and then crimp one of those on so I can plug it directly into the board, and then I'll have solar directly into one of these, you know, or possibly this. But right now I'm making the small case so I can have it kind of portable to carry around until I get the magnets and stuff I need to make this guy, and then I'll be able to put one on top of the car. But I still want to have at least one more so I can actually at least talk back and forth and make sure everything works. Because having only one, it's hard to tell if anything's working when there's nobody around. But I did, like I say, hit a node today. They were set up in client mute. And like I said, when I looked at the GPS on it, it did say that they were last in Iowa, but I don't think they were that far away, you know. Nothing manual should be below a pH 2.0. Well, if I find the 1.25s, I will add the pigtails in, and then we can just, you know, solder and heat shrink them together that way. So maybe I'll just look for some 1.25 pigtails. While I'm here, let me go to Amazon real quick and see if I can find them. I'll stick them in the wish list. 1.25 JST 2-pin. Oh, there we go. We got some. This is how many? That's 80. That's 30 pairs. There's 30 pairs. There's 10 pairs. 100 sets. That's 100 sets of them that you would have to crimp yourself. 20 pairs, 30 pairs, and this is both ways. It looks like, yeah, this is it says 30 pairs, so there's 30 pair of male and female together here. How long is the cable on these? That's 100 millimeter long pigtails, and it's cheaper. Okay. This one though does have quite a few more. Let's click here. Let's just add these to the cart. I don't think I'll ever need more than 80. So let's make sure we are having a mess inside. I see that now. Great. Give me a moment. I forgot to wipe down the build plate. I forgot to clean the build plate before I started the print. And we have a mess. We have an ugly, ugly mess. That is hot. That is hot. We're going to let that cool down for a minute. It looks like we had a bit of a... we got to adjust our Z offset. Yes, we do, because we are not getting good adhesion. So we'll need to adjust the Z offset. Actually, the Z offset's not terrible, but we are definitely going to have to do something because it was not good. Okay, clean the build plate, and then we'll play around with it. But let's get this off the table. Okay, we didn't really adjust anything yesterday either. We just kind of like fired it off and ran. So ZH sucks. Nothing. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. Duh. I need to turn off my heater in here. It's like 70 degrees outside today. Turn off the heater. I'm going to open the door now that the doggo quit barking. Oh, it's already dark out? Holy cow. Let me turn my light on real quick, guys. Whew. There we go. I'm going to let this place cool down a little bit. And there we go. Give me a second. I'm kind of like blabbering. Little IPA on the build plate. microfiber. Good scrub down. There we go. I need to get one of the SliceWorks sticky plates. I think I would have better luck with a SliceWorks sticky plate. I do need to order one. I don't think I will be able to get one for a show off and review, so I'll probably have to order one. Let's go back in here. Let's click on this part, print it again. Print. There we go. All right, build plate's clean. There we go. Captain Kern, good to see you, man. It's only 39 days till the solstice, and your days getting longer again. Yeah, that's all right. I'll take it, though. But yeah, it's 5:15 here p.m. and it's already dark out. So let me add these to my wish list real quick. There we go. Added to my wish list. And then one other thing I need to do, guys, I'm going to add my wife. My wife is asking for these. So there's going to be 2 books in my wish list. Please understand, they're not for me, but you can tell me they are. That's fine. But my loving wife wanted these books, and she's had them in the cart forever. So I'm going to put them on my wish list. Okay? If somebody would like to make the missus happy, since for the last 3 or 4 days I've been receiving boxes and packages, and she has not. If somebody would like to make the missus happy and get the missus a gift, there are 2 books in there. Diary of a Romantic, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I know it sounds like something I would read. I understand that, but understand it's not. It's not. Okay? Oh, yeah, the reason there's insufficient funds, guys, is not because it's insufficient funds. It's because my debit card got changed because something happened. So I had to get a new debit card. But yeah, so there is that. I think, let me look at my Linktree. Do I have my Linktree link down below, guys? I don't remember. I thought I did, but then I think somebody said it's not down there. Maker, Mind, Nexus. Let's grab it real quick here, copy, and then let's go back to the stream. Close that. Edit this. Look in the description. Scroll down. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Linktree. Yeah, right there. Okay, it is in there. Good. Havoc, what's going on, man? Yes, I am definitely the one who's into the trashy romance novels. But in my Linktree, do I have my wish list? Yes, I do. Amazon wish list is linked in there. There we go. All right. Copy link address. I'll even make it easier for you. Ready? Amazon wish list. There it is. If anybody wants to click on it and go see the trashy novels that my wife wants to read, and by my wife, I mean obviously me. It's not because I've received all these packages and she's jealous. So if somebody did want to send trashy love novels to my wife, feel free. But hopefully this thing's going to do a bed level, and then I'm going to adjust the Z offset just a skosh. New nozzle and all. We'll make sure everything is seated properly. We'll get these parts printing. And if anybody's interested in what parts I'm printing, it's from TonyG over on Printables. And he's got them for the 19007, which is the unit I have, as well as the 505 or the 5005. There we go. The 5005 case. So the 5005 is just smaller. I don't have a screen on mine, so thankfully there is a part in there that doesn't have the screen. Trying to figure out what I'm going to print the other color in. I do have some black PLA. I don't really feel like I should print it in PLA. I think I've got some carbon fiber PETG around here, so I think I'm going to grab that and throw that in there. So I'll print it in carbon fiber, black carbon fiber, and I'm printing this in the yellow Central ABS, Central 3D ABS So that is the plan. It says these two parts and the button should all take about an hour. So hopefully if it works, it'll be done before we get done printing, or before I get done streaming, and then I'll just have to print the black parts, which I could possibly get done before the stream ends. Who knows? But I did more or less want to kind of like, I am kind of getting addicted to these little things. I need more of them. It's fun, it's interesting, and it's definitely something kind of new to me. And hopefully you guys will get interested, or you guys are interested and maybe we're thinking about getting into it but haven't yet. I mean, this unit without the battery and the antenna, just the starter kit that you would plug into a USB wall wart and powered off of that, is like 35 bucks on Rockland. And I don't have any affiliates with them. So if you go there, you can always just tell them, you know, when you order something, you can say MakerMine Nexus to YouTube is the reason why I'm buying. So ultimately, thank you. But what has everybody else been up to? What have you guys been doing today? What's everybody had going on? I was crazy busy at work, so I did not get a chance to catch any streams or anything. Apologies if anybody streamed today and I did not catch it. Usually I try to lurk, but I didn't get that privilege yet. What'd you miss, Havoc? Not much. Not much, man. I was just showing off the fact that I got my crimpers, the Engineer crimpers. I believe that was Digital Dragon, I know, and these, I believe, may have also come from Digital Dragon. I finally have a set of feeler gauges. And then I got the other 2 batteries that my buddy Shaun sent me. So I now have 4 batteries and now have much more of a list, you know. Have you gotten the Gen 2 EBB board on your wish list? I have not. I want to say I have not. Let me check. EBB2 2209. Sounds like my daughter's coming, and she has a gift for her boyfriend in the 3D printed vase that she wanted me to make. So now I remember. Let me show everybody. Look, she made flowers for her boyfriend.
The pipe cleaners.
Yes, she used pipe cleaners to make flowers for her boyfriend in a 3D printed vase that I made, and she wants me to make another one now because she's giving him this one and she wants one. So yes, it's because she doesn't want them to ever die, and because she came back here, now Bubba's talking. See how he is? That's not okay. I was gonna say, is that my vest? But no, that's your vest. You didn't steal my work vest.
You wouldn't catch me dead in that thing. Thank you.
You say that, but you always steal my Warrior hoodies and t-shirts and stuff. Not anymore? Not anymore? Oh no, he's close. Is Mommy getting ready to go out there and chew his butt?
Yeah.
Mommy's going to chew his butt.
No.
Did she tell you why?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. She's going to chew his booty. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. V2. Let's look up V2 on EBB. EBB 2209. That's not EBB. Yeah. Are you calling him to forewarn him? Or are you calling Mom?
I'm calling Mom.
To tell her he's close?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Careful, you almost knocked over your flowers. Oh, now she's going inside to yell at Mom. I'll just leave those there for a moment. Yeah, she's got to let Mom know that he's getting close. Let's see, is it finally heating? Yep, build plate's going up to 90. Mom coming out?
She's sitting on the step.
Oh, Mom's ready. The boyfriend's getting yelled at. He's got it coming and he don't even know it. All right, I love you, be good. Okay, I'm closing the door now since he's going to be chatty. And it's also cooled down enough in here. It was way too stuffy in here, guys. Let's see. Once everything heats all the way up, then I will check the Z offset. Speaking of, let's get prepped and ready. We'll click the gear. We'll click on Z offset. And there we go. Now we just need to wait. We'll put it at 0 or 0.01. You want a roll of that burnt titanium filament too? Yes, I love the burnt titanium. It is like my favorite. I got the roll of, I forget what it's called, the ASA from, yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Ambrosia. There we go. From Ambrosia, I got a roll of their ASA that looks very similar to it. But a lot of people have told me that it's not very structural. It doesn't hold up very well structurally. So that kind of stinks. But if I do ever get some more burnt titanium, I would like to get some burnt titanium ABS or ASA because I would like to make printer parts out of it. Because I think it'd be cool to build a printer in those colors with some burnt titanium in there. That stuff is gorgeous. Gotta print it hotter. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. I have a roll of it. I haven't actually printed anything with it. Maybe I should. Maybe that's what I should be printing the parts for this guy in, you know? Instead of the yellow ABS, maybe I should throw that in there. It's sitting in the dryer. It's been in the dryer for a while. I dried it for like 3 days at 50. Probably more than it needed, but you know. Sounds like the boyfriend's here. I hear the truck out there. So my wife's going to get him. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, gang, I have been kind of snooping around, scooping around on the Rockland website just to see what else is there, and just to see what other devices they offer. And again, with the rack wireless stuff, the cool part is like this. There's a little GPS unit I can get, and then if I put these up in different places, if I can get the okay from some farmers, I could build some of these out, add the GPS unit as well, and then it can give out the GPS location of where they're located. That way people can kind of help, mark where they find them. Be pretty cool. They do sell all kinds of fun stuff. Like, look at this. I mean, I'm going to share the screen and kind of just talk about it. I'm not getting, like I said, I don't get anything for this. It's just, because, here's they got a solar connector cable for you. Here's the WizBlock GPS module. You get the module itself that just snaps right onto the board, and then you've got the GPS antenna, the other side of the GPS antenna, of course. So this thing's pretty cool. There's actually 2 different modules. If you come down here, where was it? Was it this one? No, it was one of these though. They talk about the differences between the two. They had like this one does. This is the one that does have either I2C or UART, so it can do it either way. But you can see they've got these little snap connectors to snap it right on, which is pretty cool. Jack in the shop, what's going on, man? Sounds like ARPs. But yeah, I mean, again, these are just for the Meshtastic stuff. It's pretty cool. Again, you got, like, you click on Meshtastic, and then these are like their, WizMesh Pocket. They've got the WizMesh Tag, which is just a tag you can kind of wear on your person. You can put a carabiner on it, stick it on your backpack, and go. And then they've got like the Lily Go T-Deck, which is like the old school, kind of looks like the old school Blackberries. And this has everything built in with a full color screen. You've got a keyboard so you can actually send and receive messaging straight from here. You played with ARPs on Ham years ago. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then like they have 3D printed cases you can either get, or you can download the files and print your own, and however you want to do it. And then of course you've got like the big 915 megahertz whip antenna, which is this guy right here. So let's see. Are we ready yet? Are we printing? No, we're still parked. We just came to the front, we parked. I think we're heating up now. So as it gets ready to start printing, I'll double check that and kind of adjust it adjust my Z offset a little bit so that I know we got some good smush. And get a good first smush. But yeah, ham is something I never got into. It's not to say that I wouldn't, but no, like the Lily Deck stuff though, kind of going back to it, guys. Then they got the Haltech boards. These Haltech boards, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on these too. So like these little Haltech boards have the screens and everything kind of built into them. Let's see here. There we go. That might be all it really needed. Go back to home. Let's take it up to 100 while it's doing the first layer here. Yeah, that kind of looks much better. Just that one little tap. Just a little bit to get a little closer, you know? And then we're heating up the build plate now. We're at 92, 93, so it's going up. For some reason, like I said, when I start a file and I want to print with the bed over 100, it doesn't seem to like that. But once it gets going, like now it's climbing, it's at 94. Take it up to 100 for the first layer, and then I'll take it up to 105 after that and get it up to where it needs to be. At some point here, when I'm not printing files, we are going to install Open Centauri on this. Probably going to be more like we'll install Open Centauri sometime next week, because my guess is I'll have the other printer so I can use the other printer to print things while we're doing this, because it never fails. Once I get out here and I start tinkering and getting into stuff, then I want to print files. So I can at least have one printer that'll be printing the files I need back there looking all nice and happy, and I'll have one printer down here that we'll be messing around with, which will be this guy. Thank you again, Fabrico. By the way, Bearded Printer, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Critic, what's going on, brother? It's about time you said something in chat. Thanks again for the Swedish fish the other day. I've eaten probably 2.5 pounds of Swedish fish in the last 3 days. So thank you for that. If anybody is, again, feeling they're in the giving mood, again, Mrs. has requested some books. So in the wish list is now a couple of books that she has requested, since she is jealous of you guys sending me all kinds of fun things. She is a little upset that in the last like 4 days I've received like boxes every day. So, but again, in the box this time was again the engineer crimpers, the feeler gauges, and again from my buddy Shaun down in Florida, 2 more of the batteries. So this was Digital Dragon for sure. I think this was Digital Dragon, but I'm not sure. So if this was you, let me know. Anybody else? If somebody else sent me the feeler gauges, thank you. They've only been in my wish list for a while. They've always been one of those, like, I want to get them. So, but yes. But anyway, back to what we were kind of looking at here. Again, these are all the Haltech stuff. And these are the V3s, and the new V4 stuff is come out too. Some of the stuff is crazy. Like they've got the magnetic power charger bank for Mesh-tastic compatible, and it's actually got the mesh pocket. So it's got it built in, and it's got a battery bank built into it to charge your iPhones for all you wonderful iPhone users out there. But you can get it with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. They don't have the 10,000 right now. It's currently sold out. But they do have one with a 5,000, and it does have the ability to read messages and whatnot from the display that's on the front there. So it is a pretty cool little power bank if you're looking for a 5,000 milliamp hour power bank that can also do Mesh-tastic stuff. Look at that, $78.98. Has little magnets in there and everything, so it's good to go. So just keep that in mind if you're wanting to get into it and you need a battery bank. Here's a good chance to do both. Helium is more or less just the antennas, obviously. So if you're looking to pick up bigger, beefier antennas, you can do that. Then they've got the waterproofing tape, so after you connect everything, you can wrap it with the tape. copper wire, 10 gauge solid bare copper grounded wire for grounding your antennas. So if you're putting a big antenna up, you got some copper wire there. But they've got all kinds of antenna stuff. Arduino. So if you want to get into playing around with some of the Arduino stuff, the ESP32, you can get into that and using ESP32s to play around on the connecting the different radios to an Arduino and doing it that way, as well as the alpha networks, which is basically some more Wi-Fi, just your Wi-Fi 6 stuff. So the big things for me are the Rack Wireless, the Meshtastic, LilyGo, and the Haltech. These are the things I'm kind of really interested in right now. Like I said, when you look at the rack, you've got the starter kit right here, which is what I got from my buddy Shaun. It comes with this little board here, and it already has the board already on it. This is again, what do I say, 19007. Yeah, this one is the one-piece Wise Block or Wiz Block 19007 board, and it has the core on it, which is the rack 4631, contains a 4630 already soldered on. So the board is the 4631, the chip is actually the 4630. Then it comes with one LoRa antenna, PCB antenna, one Bluetooth or the BLE PCB antenna. Comes with some assembly screws. It comes with a Type C to Type A connector, and it comes with the little bitty bullet antenna. So it does have all of that in there with the little starter kit. So if you're looking to get into this and you want to get something similar to what I've got, 35 bucks gets you in and gets you pretty much everything you'll need. You just have to flash the firmware to the board, which is real easy. You just go to flasher.meshtastic.com, select the board, plug it in, use Chrome browser. They stressed it heavily. Use Chrome browser. And another thing too, so you don't burn up your radios, make sure you have the antennas connected before you power the unit on. I don't recall if I did that when I was playing around with it, but everything seems to be functioning fine. But for yourself and for the future, make sure you snap your antennas on before you power it up, because you want to have your antennas connected so you don't burn up the radios. Yeah, I should tell her that, but I don't know that that'll work, Bob, by the way. But yeah, let me zoom this back out. Critic, I would be eating some Swedish fish, but I left them in the house. Like today when I came out, I didn't remember to grab them and bring them with me. So they are in the house, but I do thank you. And there's still like 2.5, 3 pounds of fish left. Let me make sure everything is still sticking properly. It does appear to be. It does appear to be. So good. It looks like we've got good stickage. So we will let it continue to print. Cross our fingers, everything turns out okay. I did have a little button on there. Is it printing the button properly? Yes. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know or missed it or just isn't sure, I do have a little solar panel that was sent to me right here. This little solar panel connects to this right here. All the electronics get mounted in here. This gets, you can see there's two little moon shapes there. Those are for the magnets that would connect to the bottom. On the other side, you put two spacers in, and you put some magnets on those as well. And then you connect it to the other side of the solar panel. And then you just set it on top of your car, connect everything up, and then the solar panel helps to keep the battery charged and keep it powered while the sun is out. And then when the sun goes down, you have the battery in here to, basically have the battery in here to run it in the evenings to keep it up and keep it live. So that something like this can all be mounted on top of the car. And then as you're driving around, you can pick up other clients' nodes or whatever while you're driving around and continue to have your mesh network live and active. In my area, there's not a very big following of mesh right now, of Meshtastic, but hopefully my interest in it and my ability to, or my inability at the moment, but hopefully I will be able to start getting more and setting up on some land, I can set up some more nodes and get them out there, and it'll maybe spark some interest, and then maybe we'll have a nice little case the shit hits the fan kind of a backup network. If networks go down, we'll have this to kind of fall back on, and some solar panels, some NEMA boxes, or some boxes, outdoor weather rated boxes that we can put a battery and one of these little units in there, stick them up a high on grain bins and stuff around me. That'd be cool. May give you the ability to make a project that you thought of last year. Well, that would be cool, sir. I do hope so. I am hoping that I will get more units, more stuff. I'm hoping that Rockland and I can work together. If not, well then, as I get a little bit of extra money, or if money hits the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, then I'll use that and go buy more stuff. And when it gets here, we'll open it up, test it out, play around with it, and see how it all works. Ideally, I would love to have a unit on both vehicles, as well as a base unit here at home that I can have, and then also like a little carry-on personal unit that I have, and then set up some nodes between like maybe my parents' home, a couple grain elevators, maybe my in-laws' home, and that'll help kind of push south from where I live. I'll be able to go a little more east and a little more south, and maybe get some stuff set up. So that would be pretty cool. And then I do know, like I said, for those who missed it earlier, on my way home from work today, I did pick up a node. It was a LilyGo T-Deck. I think it was, LilyGo T-Deck. It didn't say if it was a Pro or not. But if you want to know what the LilyGo T-Deck, or LilyGo Echo, it was this little guy right here. Sorry, it was a LilyGo Echo. It's like one of these little guys. Let me show you here. So it looks like one of these guys. This is what popped up on my screen. It was one of these. So somebody must be driving around with one of these little guys in their cars, my guess, even though the GPS information still said they were in Iowa. So there's no way in hell I think I connected to one of these little fellas that was 200 miles away. Yeah, I don't think I connected to this little guy 200 miles away with my setup like this and their setup looking like what's on the screen. I don't think so. I think they might have had that in their car and they just hadn't pushed updated GPS data to it. They may have, turned off their GPS data, or telling it to send GPS data, whatever the case may be. But it was one of these little fellas right here. So, yeah, that would be very impressive. But like LilyGo has all kinds of stuff. Like here's one that has the e-ink display with a full keyboard, so you can send and receive messages. You've got your LoRa, your settings, your GPS. It does have Wi-Fi, test battery, all kinds of fun little things. And this is like a full ready to go unit. It's pull it out of the box and go. But it is using e-ink instead of anything else. This does have a 4G module. I don't know much about it other than what it says here in the stats. Haven't really dug too much. Like I said, I'm still new learning this stuff, and you guys can watch me make the mistakes so you don't have to. But it does have 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5 low energy. Create a 3D mesh. I long for it. Yes. Never opened it, but you downloaded it. So you're started. You've got the start. You've already downloaded the files, so you've got the start. There you go. But like here's one that resembles very much so like a iPhone. Does have MagSafe charging on the back, so that's pretty cool. Here's the T-Deck, the actual like T-Deck one. Here's some more of their little Echo devices. But yeah, they've got a lot of cool little devices here in the LilyGo stuff. I know some guys would be like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But my thing is this: find a device, get into it, play around with it. The Heltech stuff, I do hear a lot. I do see a lot of guys using the Heltech stuff. So my guess would be if a lot of guys are making videos on it, putting it out there, it's probably good stuff. Here's a GPS module for the Heltech. No solder, it says. And then again, when you go back to the rack wireless, they've got this cool, like I said, in their starter kit, they've got that cool little board. And then you can see here where the little quick connector would connect into right here. Actually right here on the whiz block, this guy. You can connect the GPS right here and then put the little GPS antenna in an enclosure as well. And then you'd be able to just, you know, send out your GPS location as well. So and that's cool and that's helpful for like remote units that you put out there. People would know where they're at. I mean, unless you don't really want them to know exactly where it's at. But, you know, this is a friendly network. In case of an emergency, they would know where potentially someone might be. So, yeah. Like I say, this is a cool little starter set. I definitely wouldn't mind picking up a few more of these. Two reasons. One, I like the modularity of it, being able to buy additional units to add whatever functionality or features you want. I do know in there, when you look at, where is it? Maybe it's under, oh, you got like sensors, different sensors you can add on there. So you have like, this one says it's an environment sensor. This one says it's a temp and humidity sensor. So you can add that to it. Acceleration sensor. So if you did have this in your vehicle and you wanted to be able to keep track of your acceleration data, you could pull that and send it. Barometric, a PDOF motion sensor. So like if somebody did tamper with it, you could put a motion sensor in there and then mount the box somewhere. And then if it gets motion, it can send out a signal saying, hey, somebody's messing with me. And then this looks like another motion sensor, but it actually has, instead of an axis, you know, the XYZ axis motion, this measures actual, like, before they get to you, the PIR motion. Here's a radar sensor for whatever you would use that for. Vibration sensor. And then here's like a full earthquake sensor solution kit. So it would have all of the tools and things you would need to set up a unit if you wanted to monitor for earthquake. It's a full kit, $119, get you everything. Here's a light sensor so you can have it send out when it sees, you know, when light gets low. Then a standard power supply that you could just plug right into the wall, and then it has like the connectors to mount into the box so that this way you could, yeah, do all that fun stuff. Sensor probe, soil moisture temp, conductivity sensor. I mean, like I said, this stuff has all kinds of crazy applications it can be used for to send all kinds of useful data. They have all kinds of fun little add-ons for it, you know? So it is cool and it is fun, and it would be fun to have more stuff to play around with. There is a display that you can get. They do have a solderless version of the display that you would just connect and then snap on. And then you would have your display, or you can solder on your own display if you wanted to set it up your own way. And then they also have a full 240 by 320 full pixel color display. It is a TFT display with touch screens, so you could actually print a housing, mount this in there, and then have a full touchscreen display on your on this unit. So one of these little units here could have full touchscreen display. Still pretty cool. So, but yeah, gang, I think I've kind of talked enough about it, and the print is several layers high now. We do have the Flowtech hot end on there, again from Micro Swiss, in this perfect location for the sticker. So again, thank you to Micro Swiss for sending that out. If you guys want to get one for your, if you have a Centauri Carbon and you want to get one, there's a link down there. Click on it. It's not an affiliate link. A lot of the stuff I do, guys, they send me the stuff. I just show it to you. I get no kickbacks for it. I just get the product. I don't have a lot of affiliate links. I should start setting up affiliate links. Actually, that's not true. That is not true. I could have posted an affiliate link. I forgot. I did sign up with Micro Swiss to be an affiliate now. I am a part of their affiliate program. What the hell am I doing? Well, there you go. I'm just telling you to go buy it. The link is there. Maybe one of these days I'll remember to put my affiliate links for stuff in the Linktree at least. So if you guys do want to buy stuff, you go remember to go check my Linktree and you can buy it through that. But I'm an idiot because I did sign up for their stuff. Let me take a look here. Is anybody interested in getting a Centauri Carbon, the Flowtech hot end for it? Because if you are, let's copy this link. I'll paste it here, or anything actually. There you go. It's real generic, MMN. But there is my affiliate link. So if you guys buy anything from Micro Swiss or thinking about buying from Micro Swiss, if you use my affiliate link, I do get a kickback for it. So there we go. I forgot all about that. Let's go to product links and let's see. Get the link. Ta-da! Oh, wait, let's get the shortened link. I don't like using the big links, guys. I don't like blasting you with the big link, but let's do this real quick so I don't get in trouble with YouTube. Micro Swiss Flowtech hot end for Centauri Carbon. And then do AF link. And then boom, there you go. So I put in there that it is an affiliate link. So if you do that, you just bought the Bamboo Flowtech Havoc, not a problem, brother. I have not been blasticizing out there that I have my affiliate link. But let me copy this. Let me see. I'm trying to remember which account it was that I set up my Linktree with for my MakerMind Nexus one. Linktree, linktr.ee/MakerMind Nexus. Let's see if it's this one. Close. Where's the sign in option? Oh yeah, I gotta just go to link.tree. That's right. Let's see here. Let's log in and see if this is the account I used. Let's see if it was this one. It'll ask me to set account up if I didn't. Let's see. Still printing nicely. Okay. Boom. Yep, this is it. Okay, so it was this account. Let's go to my links. Link Insight, merch. Not really worried about merch anymore. Let's delete that one. I don't really have any merch. Uh-oh. I thought I hit delete. Oh yeah, delete it. There we go. Sliceworks, I still have Sliceworks. Then MakerMind Nexus, let's add another one. Paste or search link, Control V. There you go. Micro Swiss. We'll just leave it at that. And then let's move that down one. There we go. MakerMindNexus.com at the top. Micro Swiss. There we go. And then Sliceworks is right there. There's my TikTok, my Amazon wish list, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. There we go. It's all in there now. So there we go. I updated the Linktree, guys. My affiliate link is in there. So if you do want to do that, have fun with it. Built over bot, just the Linktree right now. At some point, I'll go add all of that stuff to the MakerMind Nexus Facebook or website, which is very generic. I need to figure out some free web hosting and then get an actual site put together for MakerMind Nexus. Get like a real site, you know. Just received your order from them. Critic, not a problem, guys. Not a problem. It's my bad for forgetting to post the link anywhere for anybody to use. but it is there. If you guys do click on that, remember that the cookie does last. I think it's like 30 days. So even if you just click the link now and buy something in the next month, I would get a kickback for that. So I will thank you for that in advance. But feel free to click the link to my lovely little to my lovely little affiliate. If you buy something, like I said, I'll get a little kickback for that. So I do thank you guys in advance, and if you don't, it's not a big deal. That was my bad for not saying something sooner. Hopefully Rockland will have some kind of a thing, and then in the future I'll be able to talk about their stuff and also get a little kickback when you guys buy stuff. Like I said, you guys all know how the affiliate programs work. It doesn't cost you guys anything more, but it does give me a little kickback for mentioning their stuff and you guys buying it because of me. So it's a nice little win-win for everyone. You guys don't pay any more. You get what you wanted. I get a little kickback for mentioning them to you. And even though you may know who they are, because of that, you help me without directly helping me. And so I thank you for that. And Built Over Bot, Bob, I hope you consider getting into this, whether you get one of the Haltech units that has a nice little display on it, and then you 3D print yourself a sweet little enclosure, or you go down the rabbit hole and you get one of these guys, and then you start adding sensors and doing stuff and playing around with more. I do for the Rack Wireless, I think knocked out of the park with the fact that they did make this so modular with those little snap connectors. I do think that that's a pretty freaking sweet setup. So in my opinion, I do like this for that reason, and that's why I would love to get more of these units. But based on the price, I mean, 35 bucks to get you into it isn't bad. But if not, and you look at going with the Haltech stuff, I mean, you can get the little Haltech LoRa board. They've got the V3 US 119 or 915 megahertz with the optional plastic shell, $27. You can get the little bitty Haltech Wi-Fi LoRa V4, so it's the newer V4 board. You can get that guy, Node, Meshtastic, LoRaWAN, whatever. There's some other stuff in here. But you can get this guy with the display, 27 or 26.97, same price as the V3. They've got some with the e-ink display on it for $24.97. So, you know, for under 40 bucks in general across the board, you can get into pretty much anything. Or you can get into it, I should say. So for under $30, you can get into it if you look at the Haltech stuff. If you look at the Rack Wireless, you can get into it there. There are other things, again, like the WizMesh tag, which, you know, this guy is, let me show you guys this thing. My buddy Shaun showed this one to me the other day as well. But here is the tag, and it's just that. It's just a little tag that you carry on you, and you would just connect your phone to it, and then use your phone to chat. But you're not connected to. You'd be just connected to this thing. It does have a power button on there. You do have the power cable connector, which would stick to here, and then you have the user button for whatever you would do. They do have a fleet pack. You can get 5 of them for $225, which is 25 bucks off. So instead of buying 5 of them at 50 bucks a piece, you can buy the fleet pack, get 25 of these, and then have them, you know, have them to just like drop on your backpack or whatever and carry around with you. So that's pretty cool. But you know, like I said, I mean, it's a cool little something to get into, something to do. There are different, again, modules for the WizBlock setup. You do have a microcrystal here. You've got for your real-time clock. You've got a little buzzer you can put on there too. So if you wanted to make noise, you can. There is a ESP32 WizBlock communication module, so you do have that for Wi-Fi. There's another Texas Instruments wireless module. It says wireless, but it says green power. Here's the solar power slot, so you can hook this guy up and then connect your solar in and kick it out. And for your LiPo solar, so you could actually plug this thing in, connect your solar panel into this, and then plug your LiPo into it. But, you know, again, it's going to be up to you to decide what modules you want to add. I mean, hell, they've got a freaking RJ45. Look at this. You can plug it directly into your network and communicate with it directly that way with using this guy. Just snaps on there. It does PoE as well. See that? PoE. So you can power the whole unit through PoE through this Ethernet and then still have network access to it. So again, lots of different little modules to do lots of different little things. Here's another breakout board. What we got here? Another, it says wireless, but or it's rack wireless. It's a WizBlock IO expansion module. So you can add some IO to it if you wanted to. 5-volt interface module, so you can run a 5-volt interface to it. And then this one here is just the little in the middle LiPo power slot. So it would come in from the panel into here, and then from here into the battery. And then I think it, if I remember right, I think it snaps onto the board. But yeah, like I said, I'm still learning. So if they send me a bunch of just random things to play around with, that would be pretty cool. So, but anyway, Meshtastic LoRa stuff aside, again, I asked earlier, but I'll ask again. How is everyone? What is new with everybody? I hope you guys are all doing well. While I wait for someone to respond, I'm going to grab this here. I'm going to hydrate. We're already at an hour in, so that's pretty cool. An anomaly with the fan again. The hot end fan, sometimes it runs so low and it doesn't detect that the fan is spinning because the power is set so low for the fan, which is fine. It's ABS. It doesn't really need the hot end fan to be, or the part cooling fan to be spinning. But that's pretty much what I get. So click back. There we go. Little warning goes away. Everything is fine. Inside the printer is 40C. Mine does not heat up to 60C, so it is what it is. What do we got here? Oh, it says we're getting close to Thanksgiving. The family is doing their thing. They're all chatting about bring this, bring that. Can you bring this? What are you bringing? Are you going to be there? So it's a lot of those kinds of conversations going on right now. What's everybody else's plans? What's everybody got planned for Turkey Day? For those who celebrate Turkey Day, what do you got planned? Me, I'll be going to my mother's house and then my mother-in-law's house. And then the Sunday after, we'll be having dinner at my sister's house. So we're all going to go like take over my sister's house, probably steal her her Polaris and go out and drive it around for a while, you know. Just gobble gobble, huh? Just gonna eat some turkey and relax. Jack, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you one bit. I plan to be 20 pounds heavier by Sunday night. All the food I'm gonna eat, I hope not. I'm just kidding. I hope I don't gain 20 pounds in 3 days. That'll be bad. 4 days. That'll be bad. At least I think it'll be bad. I could be wrong. Could be worth it. Sitting right here and going nowhere. Well, there you go, Jack. I'll tell you what, you should do a Turkey Day stream, man. If it's just you hanging out, do a Turkey Day stream. I can tell you this much, depending on how Christmas goes this year, I will probably have a nice little marathon stream hanging out here in the garage like I've done the last few years. I don't know when Christmas is going to be yet at all the families, but if we're going to do Christmas on Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day, I'll probably do my usual, which is wake up, kiss the missus, go grab her a fountain pop, grab me a cup of coffee, and then come sit out here, fire up a stream, and just stream all day, hang out with everybody, talk to everybody. We'll print some stuff, we'll play around, we'll just whatever happens. In the past, I had reached out and gotten some sponsors. We did some giveaways and stuff. And because it was holiday time, I didn't require that you had to be present to win because I understood, you know, everybody's off with the family. So as we did the giveaway, we just gave stuff away. But I don't see that. I don't know for sure. And it would be too last minute to ask people. You know, it would be way too last minute to say, hey guys, do you want to sponsor something for the giveaway? So you ate a hamburger when you got home from work and now the wife has a pizza in the oven. Hey, enjoy some pizza too. Why not? You know, if there's room in the belly, fill it up. You know, if there's room in the belly, fill it up. I did just see my deburring tool and I wanted to run it around the holes a few times here just to make sure they're clear. There we go. Should be nice and clear now. So when we get to mounting it in here, or if we get another unit, we can mount in there, or two, because I do have two of these that I did print. I do need to print another TPU gasket, so we will have to run some TPU through that and see how the Flowtech does with the TPU. But I will print a TPU gasket as well for this one, and then I'll have 2 units, so I can do 2 cars. That's the hope, right? Set up 2 cars, have one on my person, and have one at my house. That's the initial hope. And then the missus and I can chat. If I can get her to install the app, that is. Where are we at? We're at 39. Yeah, we're at 39% complete, almost to 40% complete. I kind of want these parts to get done so I can take them out and show them to you guys before I wrap the stream. So I'm hoping 26 minutes, it says. So stream for probably 26 more minutes, maybe longer, most likely longer. I'll swap out the color. We'll do the carbon fiber PETG through there and see how that does, since it is the hardened nozzle. And we'll see how it does with some carbon fiber. But I guess would be silly of me to not take a moment and do the YouTuber-y thing. Again, if you haven't smashed the like button, consider smashing that like button. If you don't like what you see, you can always hit the dislike. It doesn't matter to me. Any interaction is good interaction as far as I'm concerned. So like it, give me a thumbs up. You don't, hit the thumbs down. Either way, I'm good. If you're just lurking, please feel free to at least say hi so I can say hello back. And also, don't forget, you want to, if you want to do super chats, stickers, or gift memberships, feel free to do that. If you're not a member and you want to become a member, click the little link down there. It's not asking too much. I think I'm pretty fairly priced there for the memberships, but if not, all good as well. Plus, again, there is the Linktree link down there. You can click that, and there's links to my Amazon wish list, a couple of affiliate links to SliceWorks and to MicroSwiss. So feel free, if you're going to buy something from SliceWorks or MicroSwiss, feel free to click the link down there and help me out. Get what you need. Don't pay any extra. PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo links are down there. So if you want to see me buy some more Mesh-tasticky stuff from Rockland, feel free to put some money in there and I'll buy some more stuff. I'll do it on stream even. So we'll buy some things on stream if you put it in the PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Ideally, if you do feel like doing a super chat, I won't complain. I will not argue. But consider gifting a membership that gives back to the community as well. So. Funny thing is, we are going to have hamburgers tonight, but changed it to pizza. Vince, that is good. That is good, sir. That is awesome. It is funny that what he had and what he will have is what you were going to have but decided to have. Speaking of, I really honestly truly guys, I want to know, how are you guys doing? Like all I'm just asking to ask BS aside, like seriously, how are you guys doing? How is everyone? Hopefully the holidays aren't getting you down. Just go for both. Exactly. That's what Jack's doing. Just go for both. I do hope that you guys are doing well. And of course, I am getting a phone call now, and it is my loving wife. So let me mute you guys for just a moment. Okay, gang, I'll be right back. I got to run inside for a moment. So watch a printer print. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Uh-oh. Hold on. Phone's ringing again. Hold on. All right, I'm back. There we go. Should we all start saying that the print is failing so that he will get back? Oh, when he gets back his check, I can see it on the screen, guys. I know it's good. But the missus made me some dinner. So she was sending me in for with some dinner. And then I had to let the cats in off the back porch because they all ran out on the back porch. She was calling to tell me that if dinner was wrong, there was, she was sorry. Dinner's delicious. It's hot though. Ooh, it's warming my insides. There we go. But yeah. He's back and he's gone again. Nope, I didn't leave. I just had to mute for a moment because she was calling to tell me that she thinks that dinner might be messed up. And I said, nope. And I said, I will tell. But it's good. It's delicious. It's like mac. It's hamburger mac. It's the hamburger helper. She just wanted me to come in and get my dinner because she didn't have shoes on and she didn't want to come outside. So I had to go in and get my dinner, which is fine. I was asking her, I said, okay, I'll come in and I'll come in for a minute. That's fine. But am I getting yelled at? I was just trying to prepare myself in case I was getting yelled at. She thinks I'm a big boy, guys. Look at this. Like, this thing's full. She thinks I'm a little chunky. I'll probably eat it all. I'm not going to lie. But it is hot, so I got to eat slow. I'm going to go back to this. Give you guys something to watch. But back to what I was saying earlier. I truly do want to know how you guys are doing, how things are going, and how you guys are in general. Oh, and it looks like 3D and T Printing posted on their Facebook that the Creality K2 SE is coming. So there will be a Creality K2 SE variant for anybody who doesn't know. So it'll be a stripped down version of the K2. No doors, no panels, and but it'll still be a K2. I guess it's showing up in the slicer now. That's where he posted the photo from. I'm assuming it was Dave that posted the photo. Oh, I do need to check something. My daughter is supposed to be at a hockey game and have her phone so that I can see when she's going to be getting close. So let me go look and see if my daughter she's not going to be home for a while. But let me go look. Yep, she is in Bloomington at the Bison's game. Let's see, where is the Bison play? Oh, they play at the college. Awesome. But she is currently there. So that is good. So probably around 11 p.m. this evening, I will have to go pick her up from the school when she gets back from the hockey game. Maybe she just wants to make you chunky. She liked me when I was at 262 pounds, and she tells me all the time that I'm too thin now. And I weigh 200 and it was 214 pounds last time I got on the scale. So down almost 50 pounds. Ideally, I'd like to get down to 200, but I like my pastas. And my breads. So I don't think I'll ever hit that target weight again. When she and I got together, I weighed 195. 6'2", 195. That's what I was when we got together. And then over the years, I slowly kept creeping up and creeping up. And at 262, I was too big. Yep. Once enough nodes are out, I'll be able to track her Meshtastic. You are correct. That'll be fun. But no, she's about an hour's drive south of where I'm at. She's in the lovely town of Bloomington, Illinois. Watching the Bloomington Bison hockey game tonight. A little school thing. So she's at the Bison's game. Me personally, I wish I'd known earlier and had funds. I would have gone along and had fun at the hockey game with her, but I did not know until after the parent tickets were already, I guess you had to submit for your parent ticket. I didn't know that that was a thing until afterwards. So she just gets to hang out with her friends from school, and dad's not there to annoy her. But dad will be there to pick her up. So maybe I'll play some silly music and be dancing outside the car when she gets off the bus. You know, I play Barbie girl. Let's go, Barbie. Oh, yeah. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Who's streaming tonight, though, besides me? Anybody live currently? Let me go look on YouTube and see if there's anybody live right now. Not that I'm going to wrap the stream just yet, but at least I'll know where we could potentially go. Let's just see who's live. Nobody. There is nobody in our little community that is currently live this evening. I noticed that Zachary 3D Prince wasn't live today. I thought for sure Zachary 3D Prince was going to be streaming, but I think he's got other plans. I think he's going, I'm not sure what he's been up to. But yeah, no, who's going to be live? I did see an upcoming stream. I thought that JPP was supposed to be live tonight, yeah? The local high school to you is at the volleyball tournament, you think, in my area. There is a volleyball tournament going on farther north, yeah. Our girls did not make it, and they were going to go today for, I guess they went today. But my daughter didn't want to go watch the other girls playing for sectionals and stuff. So she kind of stayed home today, actually. But yeah, I know the sectionals is going on right now for high school. And my daughter's team was playing for regional champs, but they did not win against the team they were playing against. Had they won, it would have been my daughter's second regional championship while playing volleyball. She won in 7th grade. And the cool part was that was the first time the 7th grade team had won regionals in the school's history. So my daughter's team was the team that took them to regionals. So that was pretty cool. And they won regionals. Did not do too good at sectionals. They were out first round, but that's okay. It's still awesome. Because the school they were playing against is a school that I work at. So, and when your daughter scores the winning point, you kind of put a flag on your head for a while. They're expected to win state. Oh, that's cool, Bob. At this point, I got no skin in the game, so I I quit following when my girl's, my girl is out. But that's cool, man. I hope they do. Joe Bishop, what's going on, man? How are you doing? By the way, thank you very much for those batteries. Your battery is currently in here. One of the batteries you sent me is currently in here powering this lovely little thing. It's been running for like 2 days straight. My buddy Shaun also sent me batteries. So his batteries came today. But thank you very much for that. And right now, as you can see, it is currently printing some parts because I am going to try and make this into a little handheld unit for right now. I'm waiting for some, I'm kind of hoping to get another unit. Right now, I don't want to set up like a base unit without having another one. So for me, I'm printing the case that'll allow me to carry it around a little easier. So I'm just printing that. And then I'll kind of put all the stuff in there and make it a nice little handheld unit that I can carry around with me when I travel and do stuff. And then down the road, hopefully I'll acquire a couple more and we'll make a mobile unit that can go on top of the car. And possibly even set up a home station, like a home base station here. You know, for the time being, I can put one on my car and then maybe set up a little base here at the house. So I can have one here, one on the car, and one on me. That's the hope. That's the only thing your school's good at, or the school there is good at? Yeah. I understand, good sir. Feed them corn and let them play volleyball, right? Just feed them corn, let them play volleyball. Hey, man. Again, as long as the team's got a team that is, playing well, it's really all that matters, right? I mean, I'm sure that the super fans at the school there are quite proud of their volleyball players. I know that the super fans at my daughter's for my daughter's team, they were very loud, very proud, and after every game, I required some ibuprofen to get over the loud noises I heard through the entire game. I told you guys I'd eat it all. It's almost gone. A little bit more to go here. Oh, there we go. You guys witnessed me eat all of it. So my loving wife will definitely know, because it has now been captured on YouTube for all of eternity, that I ate the entire bowl. Hey, Joe, and anybody else, again, if you're interested, I did update my Linktree. There is a actual affiliate link for MicroSwiss now. So you can go to my Linktree and click the affiliate link. If you're going to buy something from MicroSwiss, consider using my affiliate link. The hot end is printing nicely. Here is the part that we started last night after we got it all installed, all printed up nice and happy, with the exception of the green part, of course. The yellow part is what we printed last night. Printed very nice, very rigid. It's a nice ABS. It's rigid. We'll stick it out in the sun. When summer hits, we'll be able to really test it. Plus when winter gets here too. So throw it up on top of the car and see how it does. I just got to wait for the magnets. Once the magnets get here, then I'll be able to assemble the whole thing that way and be able to throw it on top of the car. I am hoping that some things kind of line up and go well, and then I'll be able to purchase maybe, like I said, maybe 2 more of these guys, the little starter kit. And then I'll be able to put one on the car, one on my person, and one at the house. That is kind of the hope. I'm going to need to get me a nice little outdoor enclosure and a second solar panel so that I can set it up and let it just sit outside the house up high as I can get it. I have to actually want to start looking for like somebody who's got an old TV antenna that they took off their house. Speaking of, let's go to Marketplace. Maybe I can find one there. Let's go to Marketplace. Sorry, gang, I'm not showing you my Facebook page. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh, my keyboard's acting wonky again. TV antenna outdoor. Here is free TV antenna, but that's way too far out. I need to shorten my view. I'm not looking to go 500 miles for a TV antenna. You know what I mean? There we go. Let's see. Nothing there, but let's look around. These are just the actual antennas. I want the tower, not the antenna. Tower. And then it goes right back into showing me 3D printers and other stuff. I don't care about that. I want to see TV antenna towers or TV towers, like antenna towers, I guess would probably be a better way of putting it, right? Gotta go for family again. Have a good night. Built over bot. You have fun, good sir. Have fun with the family. Hope all goes well. Whatever's going on is good. Hey, someone near me has a FlashForge Adventurer 5M for sale for $250. It's not a bad buy for 250 bucks. But I see a bunch of people selling Centauri Carbons for that same price used on Marketplace. So I would almost pay that instead. But yeah, there's like nobody around me that has like the old like TV towers for sale, because I'd love to get one and then put it up. Ham radio includes everything attached to the tower, $500. Wow, I don't need any of the antennas, but I want that tower because that thing is quite tall, and they actually even have cables to help keep it kind of up. What is on that tower? FlashForge will turn you into the government. Yeah, I did see that, Havoc. I did see that. It just says everything that's on the tower, and then here's the picture. Let me copy this. I will paste it here, and you guys can go look at it if you're interested. There is the link to the marketplace post. The tower is what I'm interested in. I don't need one that goes that damn high, but I wouldn't argue if I could get all of it. But it's $500. I can't justify spending $500 for that when I could probably just keep looking, and hell, even check some of the scrap yards. They might have people that have just took them down and brought them there for scrap. I might be able to pick up some pieces and just put one together myself, you know? But yeah, here's $200 for a tower TV on the side of the house. Here's free antenna mast, approximately 50 feet tall. 50 feet would be perfect. The tower is free for the taking. If you are interested, please provide me with a certificate of liability insurance named. Oh, so it's this is one of those, you can have it, but you got to come take it down, and you need to be insured to do so. Because if you drop the tower on their building, they want to make sure. Not gonna lie, I wish, because it's still assembled, so you'd have to go up and probably try to take the sections apart, and then the fun part's going to be lifting or hoisting the sections up over the slot and then dropping it down, and then lifting the next piece up and then dropping it down and not dropping it on the facility. Oh, trust me, I wish I could, but I am in no way, shape, or form licensed or insured for that. My bad. Need a gin pole to take the tower down? Yeah, it wouldn't be bad if you had something. And get one of them little, like, boom lifts, or the zoom boom is what we used to call it when I worked out at the mushroom factory. We grab the zoom boom and go. And get one of those, go up, and just ratchet strap it to the zoom boom, and then take the bolts out, and then just lift the zoom boom up a little bit over the end of it, and then come over and then swing around and then drop down, take the piece off, go back up, connect to the next one. Same thing, lift it up, turn, drop it down. It would be quick, and it's 50 foot tall and it's free, but I don't have the insurance and stuff that would be required to, that they're looking for to get it. Otherwise, that would be fun. Get this big old 50 foot tall tower mounted off the back of my garage. My garage is about about 30 feet to the peak, so I'd have 20 feet sticking over the top of it, and then that would be more than enough for me to be able to and that's it says approximately 50 feet, so it's probably a little bit less. Everybody always approximates, pipe with a pulley at the top and a rope through. You did a lot of ham tower work back in the day. Yeah. And Jack, you would definitely be good at getting this thing down, then, I'm sure. Here is $4,500. This is located in Woodstock. Good shape. Could be used for a wind turbine, telecom applications. It says it's in good shape, but one of the pieces is sitting there with a bunch of bent pieces in it, like the cross supports are bent to hell, and the flat plates are not flat anymore, so you'd have to do a lot of adjusting. But that one could be fun, but that one's quite large. Very large base, probably a 6 foot at the bottom. 2 2x4s in a bottle, Jack. They come right apart. Yeah. That could be fun. But like I said, I'll just keep my eyes peeled, and maybe one day I'll come across somebody who's like, just take it. Whether it's you take it down, I don't care how you get it down, or somebody's like, it's just a pile in my backyard taking up space. Come get it, But those parts are done, and it's cooled down for a bit. So let's see how it looks. Confirm. Open door. Let's see. Still a little toasty there. I'm going to leave the door open now. It's cooled down enough. I don't think it should warp. Let's see something. Yeah, it's still holding on pretty tight. I don't want to mess with it. I'll just close our... We'll wiggle the door a little bit, and then we'll just let it come down to temp and pop off on its own. That way we hopefully don't warp the little pieces, because I did print those in ABS. Oh, I got to get out the TonyG for the next part. My bad. My bad. Let's see here. I got to go this way. It's probably going to be the best way to get to it. PETCF. Oh, there's not much left. Damn it. It's not going to work. I can't do that. There's not enough left. Dadgummit. I don't want to try printing PPACF on there. That would not be good. All right, well, we'll just use some black PLA against my better judgment. We'll do that, but it's just a little portable unit I'm going to be carrying around. It's not like it's going to sit out in the elements. Cut that off. We'll just do some PLA. Why not? Let's just do PLA. Little Polymaker Panchroma Black. Matte black PLA. I think that'll look good against the yellow ABS parts, right? Oh, it's matte charcoal black. My bad, not... It is the matte charcoal black. So let's go change the material we're using here. So for this one, drop it down, scroll down. Let's find the Polylite PLA. All right. Or would that be that's the Polyterra, right? It was formerly Polyterra. Now it's Panchroma. So Polyterra PLA. There we go. Now let's go ahead and slice this plate and see how long this one will take. 52 minutes. About 52 minutes for this one. And it does put some supports in the holes, so that's good. And yeah. So we'll do this one in PLA. Don't tell anybody, guys. Let's go ahead and hit print. We don't want to print yet, so we're going to wait to hit the upload button. Let's see if we get these out of there and get started. Let's go here, extrude, unload. Let's see. Sounds like my daughters are back from their dinner date with their dad. The other two daughters, the eldest daughters, went to dinner with their dad. Sounds like they're home. Here's the little reset switch I did. Put a big old brim on it just to make sure it wouldn't jump off there since it was ABS. There we go. Get ready for it to poop out the part, and while we're at it, we'll take off the supports. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Okay. And then, of course, there's a little bit of support inside the M there. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that. There we go. A little bit of support I got to pick out of there. But here is the overall. And then pull the supports off the corners for this one as well. There we go. Same thing. There's the Mesh-tastic M in there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There you go. A little bit of support inside there, but there you go. Overall, good quality. Can't wait. You're late, but you're here. What'd you miss? All kinds of stuff. You missed all kinds of fun things. Fun and exciting. Just super duper exciting things. I got some stuff in the mail. We got our engineer crimpers. We got some feeler gauges and two more of the 3000 milliamp hour batteries that my buddy Shaun sent me. These came from Digital Dragon. I know that for sure. I think these came from Digital Dragon. Nobody has said it was them instead, so there's that. And we're getting ready to take the ABS off the printer and load it with some PLA and finish printing some parts, and then, or print one more part, I should say. I say finish printing parts like I'm printing a bunch of stuff. I have one part left to print. But we are using the Flowtech hot end that I installed yesterday on the Centauri Carbon, and it's printing beautifully. So we got that going for us. Let's see here. Tuck this in here. I need to get this printer. I need to leave this printer here, but I need to get that little table back out. Move the printer onto that little table, so that way it's a little easier to get to. Load. Okay. So, but yeah. Let me tell the camera to come find me again. There you go. Now you're not staring at my full belly anymore. But we're just trying to kind of get some stuff done here. See how well. I printed the little reset button in yellow. We'll see how well this thing. I probably should have did the longer one looking at it, but I think we'll be okay with this little tiny guy. Did the little tiny reset button. but the quality is wonderful. A little bit of stringing where the holes are. The support settings are a little off, but once you stick some screws through there and tighten them down, it won't be so bad. But yeah, so now we're going to print the other piece here, and once that's done, then we'll, by we, I mean I'll probably do this. I mean, we'll see how long. Like I said, it says about an hour. I don't think I have another full hour of streaming in me. I could be wrong, and we could stream for another hour. And then it would just be a matter of take all the pieces out of here and put them in here. But the one thing I need to test is I need to take a battery, take the case, take the battery. And this is the 12 millimeter base plate. And the battery fits in there quite well with plenty of room. The 9 millimeter base plate would not have worked because the battery is like 10 and a half mils thick. Or they have a 9 or a 12. So really, this will be fine. And then there's the mid plate that sits in there. That's going to be the black part. And then let me make sure that that filament took. Okay. I'm going to tell it to retry though, just because I want to make sure it's purged enough. But so this little battery will sit down in here. Oh, the freaking camera did its thing again. Let's go down and let's zoom all the way out. There we go. But like this guy is going to sit down in here, and then there's a mid piece that has all the electronics bolted to it, and then there is the top cover here that then goes on. The top cover goes on afterwards, and the mid plate is where the antenna will stick off of, and it's kind of like the backbone that everything connects into. But then these two pieces are your covers. So it'll be this big. I don't have a display, so I have no display to show, but it'll be this big with that big long whip antenna off the top. And it'll be about yay thick. So it's not terrible. It'll be nice to, have to carry around, and, it'll definitely be nicer to carry around. Like I said, when I get a couple more, this guy, we'll get the solar panel mounted to it. I'll put one in here with the antenna sticking off the top. And then we'll have a battery in here connected to a solar panel. This guy here, put it on top of the car, and then it'll stick down with the magnets as I drive around, I hope. Since I don't do, 100 miles an hour everywhere I go, it shouldn't blow off. But then we will get this lovely little guy here connected to this little guy here, and everything lines up perfectly. You can see right through the holes, and then this will sit on top of the car. Then there'll be two magnets over here and the spacers, and then the two magnets here, and then just drop it right on the roof of the car and go. So that is the plan. Oh, I think I ate too much, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, or my wife poisoned me. Maybe my wife poisoned me. Oh, let's see. Complete. Look inside. Yes, there is black PLA sitting there. All right, let's go ahead, upload and print now. Upload. And it has uploaded. Almost. There we go. Uploaded. Boom. Is that a roof heater or for a car? No, Kit, it is. Let me come back down here. It is a enclosure to hold a Rack Wireless Whiz Block, or the Rack Wireless 19007 Mesh-tastic little guy. So it'll sit on top of the car, and I can drive around, and it'll be like a little mobile node. I want to get a couple more of these because I'm printing the enclosure for right now. Since I only have one, I want to be able to carry it around with me and take it with me places. I don't really have like one on my house. I don't have one on the car yet. So I figured get one for me to carry around with me and pick up nodes and see where people in my area are. And then I want to build out more now because my buddy Shaun kind of got me addicted to this stuff. So like I said, if anybody wants to watch me purchase some more of these, they are like 35 bucks a piece for the starter kit. This antenna is not, this is an additional. As for batteries, I now have enough batteries. I have 4 batteries in total now. So batteries I'm good on. It's just these guys that I need, and they do come with a nice little nubby antenna. It's not a great antenna, but it's a little nub that'll be fine for putting on top of, or putting on that one to carry around. But for now, since I only have this, I'll put this big old boy on there. That'd be fun. But yeah, so I'm getting into the mesh-tastic thanks to my good friend Shaun. So, like I said, it'll be a fun little something to play around with, and something to do to, you know, help incorporate 3D printing into it. So it's fun. I can do this and still print cases and enclosures and things. I've already got thoughts in my head of, once I have more hardware, places I could talk to people to put them. Yeah, there's a couple of elevators, like some privately owned grain bins near me that have the little elevator leg on them. And I figure maybe, just maybe, I can talk to those guys and see if I get a nice little NEMA enclosure, put a little battery in it. Maybe I'll do a 10,000 milliamp hour instead of a 3,000 milliamp hour little solar panel. And a couple of these units, I could put a couple of these units up that have like a temperature humidity sensor, things like that. And then just mount these on these grain bins, and you know, on the leg of the elevator there, mount them up there at the highest point, and then that'll help kind of expand the mesh out. I don't have any places that are like 100 feet plus, which kind of sucks, but you know, maybe one day I can convince the village that I live in to allow me to go put 1 or 2 of these up on there, or put one of them just on top of their water tower. So maybe I can petition them to put one up on top of the water tower and explain to them some of the benefits of what it could be used for, and the fact that it's like an open mesh where, you know, really anyone could use the device, and I'll provide it. They just need to give me somewhere to put it, you know? Realistically, I could do one of the wall warts, plug it into the power at the water tower, and, you know, it draws very little power. It's not like they're going to even notice it. Put a little battery on it for battery backup, run, you know, 5 volts into the USB, and then hell, even put a solar panel on it, so it's always got some form of power, you know? But that'd be kind of cool to put one up there someday, maybe. You know. But yeah, they're pretty small, pretty cool little units. But how's Kit doing? Good to see you, by the way, 23, Blue Dude. Got to give you guys shout outs. You're here. You guys are chatting. Might as well say something, right? Give you guys a little how you doing. Says that there are currently 12 of you watching and only 10 likes. So guys, if you haven't smashed the like button, hit that like button, or hit the dislike. You can do that too. Oh, I need another water. They're in the car. Thankfully, I wouldn't have very far to go. I just walk out and grab one. I'll have to get one here in a minute. Oh. So what's everybody's plans for the weekends? Because mine are to make the big guy over my right shoulder here disappear. There's a gentleman supposed to be coming, he said Saturday or Sunday. So Saturday or Sunday, somebody's coming to pick up the magneto. I did find somebody that is a magneto aficionado. He has one, or he has 1 or 2 currently, and he's getting this one, and he may be going to pick up yet another one. So this guy's going to have like 4 magnetos. So good for him. He will definitely give it a better home than I, and probably use it way more than I did. I am just in love with these, and hopefully by the end of next week, I will have mine, and we'll have 2 in here. The new one will be coming in as like a virgin machine. I'm not going to mess with it. This one's going to get Open Centauri on it. I shouldn't say I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to mess with it right away. I'm going to install Open Centauri on this, probably after that one gets here, we'll do a stream. We'll open it up, unbox it, set it up, run some prints on it, see how it does. And then the stream that follows the setup of the new one, will probably be installing Open Centauri on this. So I'm going to have to do my homework and make sure I have everything I need so we can just go. See, just got your net working again after a few days. Seems like your main node somehow got blacklisted from your ISP. Switch one of the other nodes in the main one, and now it's working fine. Nice. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're back up and running, man. Sorry to hear you're having a bit of a problem, but I'm glad it's up and running good, sir, for you. All you can see is a blue frame in the background. Yeah, this guy right here, that's the Elegoo, or not the Elegoo, that is the LDO. Sorry, it's an LDO frame. Jason sent that to me a long time ago when I was going to make a backpack printer. And then I was going to use the blue frame to make the frame around the printer. And then I was going to get some panels cut. And then try and carry that on my back with that extra weight. And I was like, yeah, maybe we're not doing that. And then the printer that was going to go in there is no longer here. So yeah, we kind of went against that. No, it's not a 300. It's a 250. It's a 250 2.4. Yeah, 2.4. Yeah, it's like 250, and the Z height is off. It's actually like, it was like 250, 250. I have to double check the math on it. I might be wrong. It might be a 300, 2 something, but I think it was 250, 250, 230 something, like 238 or something was what the final math was going to be. So, yeah, why is Kit interested in a blue frame? Is that what Kit's telling me? Is Kit's interested in a blue frame? It is just the frame and the frame pieces. So it's just a frame. There's no motors, no electronics, no nothing. It's just a blue 250-ish frame. I say 250-ish. I might be wrong, but I think it's a 250-ish frame. I would have to double check the math. I did use the Voron calculator. I did use their Voron calculator. I measured it, and then I put the numbers in the calculator to see what the build volume was going to be, because you know how you can, it'll tell you measured frame from outside to outside, top to bottom, and front to back, and it tells you that ends up being whatever the build volume is going to be. So, but yeah, I believe it's a 250. I believe it would have been a 250-ish. There's that Flowtech hot end just doing Flowtech hot end things. It is black, so you're not really going to see it very well. At least not for a few layers anyway. Pathetic Puma, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I hope this Friday evening is treating you well. But yeah, we're currently printing some more parts. It's about an hour's print. I'm debating on how much longer I'm going to stream. I know my missus is inside just kind of relaxing, unwinding, and decompressing. So I told her I would stay out here until she's ready. So if I do stream the whole time I'm out here, great. Gives you guys somebody to hang out with. If I don't, well, then I'll probably end up popping into a Discord server or watching somebody else's stream. Speaking of, let's see if anybody's fired anything up yet. Because I may just wrap this up, and then I was going to post pictures of the way the print turned out, but we were able to stream. And so I'm just showing you guys that the Flowtech hot end print ABS right out the gate. I basically installed the hot end and we threw this print at it. We didn't do any leveling or any testing or anything. We just ran it and it turned out beautifully. I'm hoping that that print is looking good. This is a PLA, so I can take the top off at least. So we don't need to run it enclosed for PLA. So we'll take the top off and set it over here. That way it doesn't do anything. There we go. Now you guys should be seeing much better now that the tinted top is off. And it is looking quite good so far. Yes, it is looking quite good so far. Your wife says hi, Joe. Tell her I said hello. She is watching along with you. All right, well, hello, Mrs. Bishop. Hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you well as well. Shipping costs probably make for a moot idea, though. So mostly just curious. Well, Kit, I could just break that thing down and put it in, a box. I don't think it would be super crazy. I don't know. So say I could just break it down. I've got some bubble wrap here. I can bubble wrap the pieces so they're not clanging and banging off each other. I do possess bubble wrap. So I could, Kit, it wouldn't be a big deal. If you're interested, let me, I'll break it apart. Oh shit. I don't know that I can. I think some of the parts, ooh, damn it. I think I put some blue Loctite. I think I did blue Loctite on some of the parts, so I don't know how well they'll come apart. I can try. Let me see if I can get it to come apart. If I can get it to come apart, I'll take it apart and box it up, and then I can just take it to the post office and see what what they would charge me for shipping. So I'll see. Maybe this weekend I'll do that. Maybe if I'm out here, messing around or something, I'll see if I can get that to come apart without having too much of an issue, since I do believe I did Loctite some of them screws, like the frame screws. But then I can hopefully get it, tore apart and then let you know what the post office says. If the big old magneto back here, if this guy does leave Saturday, then I'm going to take the box of parts that I printed for my buddy Shaun and get them sent off to him tomorrow. Unless the guy doesn't get here too late, then I'll have to do it on Monday. So if nothing else, Monday the parts will ship out to my buddy Shaun, and he'll have his 3D printed parts. He can do his car topper. Blue is usually not permanent like red. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really done much with it to mess around with it to see if the blue would fade away. But it would be up to you, Kit. I will try to get it broke down. If I can get it broke down, I'll get it boxed up, take it to the post office and see what they say it would cost to ship it. And if you want to pay the cost, then, I'll send it to you. And then you can do whatever it is you wanted to do with it. I know when I got it, I will tell you this much. When I got that, it was just the frame pieces. It wasn't any hardware or anything. So it'll probably be just the frame pieces. You'll kind of have to fend for yourself for the hardware. You have an old 2.2 that needs to be rebuilt. Okay. Well, I can always look and see in its current state how big it is and let you know. So I'll measure it and get you the info. I know how to find you, Kit. I know how to find you. Let's go back here though. Let's see, how's the part looking? Because this is that center backbone piece that the board mounts to. And that's also where the antenna goes through and all that fun stuff. So it'll be cool to get this out of this little chintzy plastic case. And I don't know if I've got any like foam around here somewhere. I'll see if I have any packing foam I can cut down to help kind of stuff around the battery so the battery doesn't rattle around in there. If I had some double-sided tape, like, some 3M double-sided tape like I might have up there in a roll, I could always put a piece of that or two on it and then stick it down inside the enclosure here. So I could do that definitely. I'll have to dry. I want to dry fit everything though and make sure it's going to fit and that the cable is long enough. And if it does, and it is, then we'll probably get some double-sided tape, stick it in there, and then put the battery on it so it doesn't rattle around. And then I'll have this cool little Meshtastic blue guy that I'll carry around, or yellow guy. Sorry, yellow. We're talking about the blue frame, and now my brain got stuck on the color blue. I got to pick out this support in here. There we go. There we go. If I had a multicolor material unit, I could have did the logo in a different color. But now it's easier to see, guys. A little bit, anyway. Here, check it out. See, now you can see the out. I made the camera matte again. There we go. There you go. See, now you can see the M a little better now that I took that out of there. So there's a little Meshtastic M. Same thing on this one. Little Meshtastic M. So they do have different designs too. I just did the flat M. Figured why not. But it'll be about that thick. This will be about that thick. It won't be terrible. Just don't want the squirrels currently outside your window. Oh, just don't tell the squirrels. Yeah. You're not affiliated with them? Yeah. No, I won't. I won't. You're safe. Your secret is safe with me. The wild squirrels of Illinois will not be like bothering or harassing you. You are safe. Dumb question. What is Meshtastic? Not a dumb question. That is a wonderful question. Meshtastic is a mesh, like a mesh network, an open mesh network that runs on the in the States 900 megahertz band. If you go to the UK, it's the 400 something megahertz band. But it basically allows for the most part, like sending text data or text information. So you can use it as a way to communicate when like a full, like when the grid goes down, so no cellular, maybe internet's out, all that fun stuff. These things still run and talk to each other. It does use an app on your phone, but the thing people need to understand is it connects through Bluetooth to this, and then this talks to other Meshtastic nodes in the area to spread information. So, you know, in the case of situations where, again, you can set up a solar panel on this, you can put batteries on it, so it can just run. You know, they're very low power. They can go for pretty good distances, and you get up high enough and you have a nice line of sight. You can go for, some people said miles, like 1, 2, 3 miles maybe, depending on the antennas and things you have set up. And you'd be able to broadcast that out and then send or receive signals in. So people can text like, hey, tell my family I'm okay, and send. And a lot of people use it for that. With companies like Rack Wireless here, these boards have different snap connectors on them, so you can put different modules on there. So you can leave these units in places, and then it can throw back to you the weather data, humidity. You can put vibration sensors on them. There's all kinds of different like little add-ons that can be snapped onto these boards. Mostly if it runs ESP32, you can do whatever there as well. You can set it up, but you flash the Meshtastic firmware onto the board, and then it becomes a part of the mesh network. And currently around me, there's nobody into this, so there's no other nodes for me to like bounce information off of and talk to. In 3 or 4 days of playing around with it, I have found one node around me. You know, it's like Home Assistant in the wild. It could be. It could be. Yeah, I mean, you can put pretty much whatever you want on it and have it repeat that data back out, basically broadcast it out, and then you can tell. So like if I was to put these units up in a couple of places, I could tell it to watch for temperature, humidity, and then it could tell me. I could wake up in the morning and the Meshtastic could broadcast back and tell me what the temperature is at one of the locations. So in the mornings, I'd know what a more local temp would be. You know, just silly things like that. We were looking at on the Rockland, Rockland.com. They have all kinds of different things. We were looking at that earlier. Here you go. This is just one of the modules, but like Rack Wireless, this is what I have right here, this little starter kit. It's the Wise Block, Wiz Block, whatever you want to call it, Meshtastic starter kit. It's for the US, the 915 megahertz. It's got this 19007 board that has these little snap connectors, and then it has this little block on it here. It's the 4360. It has a Bluetooth. It has a Bluetooth radio, and it has a LoRa radio on it. It uses the LoRa network to communicate. And then this is just pretty much snapped on right here. And then you got these little expansions for other stuff. One of the big things that some people will do is they'll snap on a GPS module right here and then put a GPS radio on these. And then you can have GPS coordinates to wherever some nodes are. So like if you put nodes out in the wild, you can have the GPS be sending back to, so you know where that unit is. So if you ever needed to go to it for maintenance or whatever, you'd be able to just follow the GPS to it, fix whatever you need to fix, and then move along. But it's just a fun little something to do. It's not this isn't one of those you have to's. This is you want something to do right now. I mean, down the road, maybe one day it might become a more usable thing. Some people say it's more of like a decentralized communication. It's running on a public, it's running on a public band, the 900 megahertz range. That's free and open to play around with and do what you want. It runs on that, and it's just another way of having, like just an open network to do things. And the larger the mesh grows, the more or the farther it will reach. So like I said, in my area, this unit is the only unit in my area, and that's in my area being about 30 miles around me. I have not seen one today. I did find one node, and I think it was me and another guy just in passing on the highway. So there is that. The one node that I did run into earlier today is still showing up in my list. So that was pretty cool that it showed up in my list. It still shows up in my list, but they're not anywhere I can talk to them. I did try sending a hey, how you doing? But I got nothing back. I sent hello, and it wasn't received. Nobody got it. So by the time I saw that they were there and I sent the hi, they were gone. So it was not received by the other party. But I think it'd be cool to have, again, several of these little units at $35 a piece. Because, again, I would make 2 car toppers, one for each one of my vehicles, and then a unit here on the house so that I have like a base unit here at home, and then have another unit that I can, which is, I'm printing the parts so that we could potentially have one that I could kind of wear and play around, when I go out walking and whatnot. It'll have a little, like a spot where I can hook a carabiner or something to it and put it on my backpack and just carry it around. And then using the Meshtastic app, you can see, whoops, I touched the screen. There we go. Here's my nodes. Like, I am the top node, obviously, and that's the other one that I had found earlier. Just something. But currently, I only have one Meshtastic node. I would like to have a few more. If anybody's feeling giving, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, links are down there. We can order more tonight, right now. Or if you want to get one, the link for Rockland store is down there. Click the link and go to the Rockland store. And if you look up Rack Wireless WizBlock Meshtastic Starter Kit, if you're in the US, the 915 megahertz is what you want. The starter kit comes with everything you see in the pictures there. You get the 19007 board, you get the wireless radio, you get the antennas, and then you can just plug it into a USB wall wart and go, you know. Wonder if that's the same network that the BeepBerry uses. I believe so. I believe so. There's LilyGo has a similar version of, I think, what I think the BeepBerry is. They have a very similar unit to that. It looks like this. The T-Deck is what they call it. But they have the LilyGo T-Deck, which looks a lot like a old school BlackBerry. And this is very similar in it has a full QWERTY keyboard, the little trackball. It has all the LilyGo Meshtastic stuff on there. You've got your wireless radio and all that. And then it does come with, or I guess you can order it with the case. Otherwise, you can just 3D print your own case and then mount everything up. And then it has the little whip antenna mount on top. And then you can actually, from this unit, instead of like where I've got an app on my phone that connects to it to do everything, you can, right from the unit itself here, send, receive messages, control everything from right within, you know, the trackball and the keyboard. So a unit like this at $72.97, there's still 832 units in stock, and that's the base, no case, no GPS, no battery. Or you can get the Plus that comes with the case, the GPS, a 2,000 milliamp hour battery, and no antenna port. Or you can get the Extra Plus, which comes with the External Plus, which comes with the external antenna, the case, the 2,000 milliamp hour battery. But they are currently out of the 3,000 milliamp hour batteries. So like this one here is everything you see here. So you get the unit with the little whip antenna that comes out the top. And then it has everything running on there. And then you can connect to nodes and message either to everyone on the mesh by sending like, hey, and send it out, and it'll connect to anyone that can receive it. Or you can pick specific nodes, and then it'll send that information to that node, and that node will then respond, you know, can respond back and forth that way. So you can talk directly to a node specifically, or you can talk to everyone. You can set up additional channels and have your own encryption so that you would enter your encryption key on both ends, and then you can send information out that way on a secondary channel that's encrypted, and only the two devices with the encryption would be able to, or with the key, would be able to talk back and forth. So you can create like private conversations within the mesh network, so only your devices can talk to one another across the mesh. So there is that. So, you know, keeping that in mind, there is that option if you wanted to. But like I said, it's more or less one of those, because you want to do it, it's not a have to. And there's really no real like everybody should go do this now. I like it. It's something that's entertaining, like I've been interested in for quite some time. I know back in the day, Zolan had talked a lot about LoRa and LoRa radios, and then I found out that Meshtastic uses LoRa equipment. And I was like, Meshtastic is cool for me because I like to talk, so why not one night, if there's enough people in the area, I could just randomly, hey guys, what's going on? What's everybody up to? You know? And then just have friendly conversation with a bunch of random people on a, you know, mesh network. Also, if there was ever a time where, you know, I could get my route to work covered by Meshtastic, I would be able to still keep in touch with my family, say my cell phone service is out or whatever. I would still have a way to, you know, talk to my family and let them know I'm okay and what's going on if there was ever something to happen. So down the road, it would be fun, you know, to, and you can link this up. There are ways to connect it to the internet. And then through the internet, you can have one of these devices and send something. and it'll go through and hit your LoRa device, your Meshtastic device, and send out to your devices close to that point. So realistically, I could have a base unit here at home, one at work, and then I can send something from work, and it will go through the internet to my devices at home. There are ways to make that work. Don't ask me how yet. Haven't played around with it enough to know, but my understanding is you can do that. And with the rack stuff, they've got that Ethernet adapter that you can snap onto the board and one of those little snap connectors. So you could put the Ethernet adapter on here and then just plug it right into a network switch. And I don't know how that would work. I haven't played around with it. But maybe Rockland will send me a little care pack with some miscellaneous stuff in it. Maybe that'll be one of them. And then we can test that out and play with it. I do have to say, when the rack wireless stuff, when I started seeing that, it did really intrigue me. The Lily Go stuff was originally what I was seeing, and then I started seeing the Heltec stuff. But then once I saw the rack wireless stuff and I saw the little 19007 board with the little interchangeable modules, or the snap-in modules, I was like, it's pretty freaking sweet, you know? The ability to just add hardware that you want or need for a specific use case, and it's just a snap-on, like quick snap connect, and you're done, you know? The BeatBerry uses a sharp monocrystal display, or monocrystal screen. Okay. Yeah, there's other ones that LilyGo has. They do have some e-ink displays. So they have one that looks like a iPod, but it has an e-ink display and it has a MagSafe charging port on the back. So yeah, I mean, if you go look at here, let me copy. I know I got the link down there, but if anybody's interested, there's the link to the Rockland store. They've got across the top there, you can see they got Heltec, LilyGo, and Rack Wireless are up there. They've got Raspberry Pi too. You can buy modules, plug them into a Raspberry Pi, and convert a Raspberry Pi into a LoRa. You can plug a LoRa radio into it and then have that too. So they do have ways to do that with Raspberry Pis. I know here it's just Raspberry Pi stuff. You can buy them. But there are ways to make a Raspberry Pi into a LoRa device, and then you can run Meshtastic over that. So if you have a Raspberry Pi sitting around, you could get the pieces you need and turn a Raspberry Pi into a LoRa device that runs Meshtastic, or runs, you know, even just the LoRa stuff in general. I want to take a look. It looks pretty good, but I want to see it with my eyeballs. Yeah. It is looking good, guys. It is looking good. So hopefully here in about 27 more minutes, it'll be done, and then I can start adding all the pieces together, and we can turn it into a little handheld unit. You know, this cool little yellow handheld unit that'll have the battery in it and all that fun jazz. And the cool part is I'll actually have access to the USB port, so I can plug the USB into the bottom and actually charge the battery back up when it goes dead, so I won't have to keep opening and closing the unit. So that'll be nice. Or I could get silly and plug the USB cable in, take the solar panel and shove that outside and actually charge it off the solar panel. There's that too. But like I was saying, guys, if you thought about or were thinking about getting into, you know, the mesh stuff, you can watch me and what I'm doing if that intrigues you. If you do order from Rockland anything, just tell them it's because you saw it on my stream. That might help entice them to want to work with me more, and then I can get more stuff, and then you guys can check that out. Still waiting to hear back from them. I did email them. They did tell me to reach out. I did. I'm still waiting to hear back. I still have not heard back from them. So But, you know, they could be getting hit up by a bunch of bigger YouTubers with more money and, or not necessarily money, but more followers. I'm just some little guy. I don't expect any big companies to want to work with me, and the ones that do, I am grateful for. So again, you know, like these guys right here, they sent me this guy right here. Grateful for that. So grateful, in fact, that I spent $339 with them and actually bought myself a second one. That was a poor financial decision. I need money. I shouldn't have did that, but I did. So you could set up a Ponagachi and Raspberry Pi to Meshtastic. The Ponagachi could catch Wi-Fi passwords and send the PCAP handshakes back to the house. Jack, I'm sure you could figure something out with that. I'm sure you could. You could have it like grab the data and then send it back to you through Meshtastic. Yeah. I'm sure you could use it for something like that. Pathetic Puma, you could send me something for content. Is it an extramarital aid? Do you know what that means? Am I speaking silly? I do know that as much as I like printing and 3D printing, I am going to be cleaning this up back here. Probably going to end up with more of these guys right here as time goes, because they just work and they do that. Not that kind of content. All right, Pathetic Puma, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm probably going to wind up with some more of these guys up here. I'm still going to have this guy. I'm not getting rid of this, but I'll have more of these guys back here. So far, there'll be two. The rest of this stuff is all going to get cleaned up. I'm going to go through it. I'll still rebuild old printers that need some TLC, but you know, OnlyFans. Yes, but I'll still rebuild printers and stuff like that and give those away. I'm not going to give up on that. I do like doing that. I would like to see more people get involved in that. But right now, as it stands, I've got a lot of stuff here I want to go through, and maybe one day we'll do a garage sale stream, you know, where like you cover the shipping and you guys can, you know, bid on stuff. If you're like, hey, I want that, I'll give you this much for it and I'll cover shipping. Okay, box it up, have you private message me your info, write it on there, set it to the side, move on to the next one, and then you guys just, you know, kind of do that. Pathetic Puma, I don't know that I am. I'm sorry. I mean, I know you've come to the streams, we've hung out, we've chatted, but I'm not really sure. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know. Hold on. Ah. I do remember the name, and after I Googled and went to the website, yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, one of the things that you have on your website reminds me a lot of a guy that did a frame for me for a Prusa Bear printer I had back in the day. It's currently with Critic if he's in chat still. Critic currently has that Prusa Bear printer now. But yes, the frame engraving service. You get asked if you're him? Yeah. But no, yeah, he and I used to talk quite often back in the day, and my wife and I, we did a giveaway back. We were trying to kind of help bring more attention to what he does, and we had given away like a gift certificate to him, and then sadly he had closed up shop, and I think the guy that had gotten the gift card didn't get a chance to get his frame. So yeah, there's that. But he's a good dude. I haven't talked to him in some time. I think the last time I reached out to him, I asked him how he was doing. He said there was some stuff going on, and then I reached out a little while later and hadn't heard back from him since. So it's been some years since I talked to him. I missed the guy. Guy was a cool dude. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to, put anything on blast. I miss the dude. I wish he was still around. But Pathetic Puma, if you wanted to do something, if you got an idea for something, I'll do the thing I normally don't do, but there's the email. Shoot me an email with what you kind of got going on. I don't know why it put a space in there, but anyway, there's the email. Shoot me an email with your thoughts, your ideas, and let me know. And the answer I always give is, yeah, I'm always down for something. So you let me know. We're at 19%, guys. 19 minutes. Sorry, 19 minutes to go. So we'll let that finish. Could have used Discord. You could have. You still can. There's no reason to email me. You can Discord if you want, man. I got no problem talking to anybody anywhere. So if you want, shoot me a DM on Discord. I believe we are friends on Discord, and if we're not, shoot me a message and we'll become friends. I can't remember if we are or not. It's Discord, man. I'm not on Discord as religiously as others. I'm on many Discord servers, but I'm not very active on any of them. Discord for me is another utility, another tool, another way to talk to people when I can talk to people. So, but yeah, man, I mean, like, just shoot me a message with what your idea is. I'm 99.995% sure I'll say yes. Let's do it. And for those who don't know, 99.995% is the purity of gold. Some people have said it's 9995, but as a little kid growing up, I was always told 995. So I always just go at 995. But yes, I do. You're on 9 Discord servers and that is counting your own. Let's see here. I'm now on 2 mesh Discord servers for Illinois, Central Illinois, and Midwest Mesh. I'm on the PO Poly, Atom Form, Central 3D, Projects and Dad's Garage, Hedamame, the XR Bunker Works, Captain Kern, Lee Marie 3D, 3D and T, 3D Pathfinder, That Guy Makes, the Maker's Hideout, Vikings, Mr. Badleys, Ajaxes, Cartographers, Armored Turtle, Positron, Canuck Creators, Physitex, Libre Computers, C. Gorky, Nathan Bill's Robots, KB3D, Fabrico, the Rocky Mountain Rep Fest, Rack Robotics, Recreator. Like I said, I'm on many freaking servers. Many. Spend most of your time laser engraving server. You're a mod there. Nice, man. I'll have to check out the Laser Everything server. I'll have to check it out. Maybe you can send me an invite. I don't do much with lasers, and it's not because I don't want to. It's just because I don't have them. You know, I don't have them to do anything. There we go, Puma. Now we're friends. But yeah, it's because I don't have, or Jack, sorry, I don't have many lasers. I have a couple little diode lasers. Diode lasers are great, but once I get more office space here, once I finally get there, I'll actually have somewhere to set them up, or a way to set them up, because this back here, I'm going to actually put a panel across, and I'm going to stick a couple of the little diode lasers I have, I'll stick down there. And then I'll have a computer over there running Lightburn that I can actually just run dedicated to that. So that's the plan. either a computer or two small like laptops or something that I could just run Lightburn on to run those. Get some older laptops that'll still run Lightburn fairly decent. All right, Puma, there you go, bud. I sent you a message. Let's see, where are we at now? 14 minutes. We only gained 5 minutes or lost 5 minutes. So we still got a little time. That'll be done. And then I think we may as well just assemble it because I'm not going to want it, doing its thing. You still use the older 1.7.08 because that's the last version that worked on Linux. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Jack. You're a Linux guy. I'm a Linux guy-ish. I'm Linux dangerous. I like playing around with Linux, but yeah, that is kind of the big downfall of Linux is a lot of people haven't developed their software for Linux. The funny part is pathetic, Puma. Of all the Pumas, you are the least pathetic. You run Arch, by the way. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Leave it to an Arch guy. Leave it to the Arch guys to always say, I run Arch. I got to give you shit for that, man. Sorry. For those who aren't Linux savvy, in Linux, there's usually guys who are like, yeah, I run Linux. And then there are guys who are like, I run Arch. Saying that is like a little flex, I run the complicated one. Sorry, dude. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just messing with you. Picked this name for Counter-Strike in high school, and it just stuck. Hey, dude, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it, man. There's names that stick with people for years. I got a brother that still calls me Dweezil because when I was in like high school and getting into the internet, I needed a name, and Dweezil was the name. So then the crazy Gen 2 guys. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Jack, that was my first experience with Linux. I had a buddy that installed Gen 2 Linux, and it was crazy because he printed out the entire install guide because this was back when the internet was still dial-up speed. So he had printed out the entire install guide, had this big old book, and he would sit there and just flip through the pages and compile his own like Linux. And then I got crazy and tried it myself. And boy, did it worked. When I was done, it worked. But it didn't last very long because I was like, I can't do this whole compile everything from scratch and build everything specific. I can't. So I once in my life played with Gen 2 Linux. I got it working and then went back to Windows. You have a 2-year-old that's really tired and needs to rest. You need restful sleep. All right, Puma, have a good night, man. The old stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, and all that good stuff, man. Have a good night. Get the little one to sleep. Oh, the hiccups are coming. I don't know why. But yes, it is crazy stable. It is because you are building everything from source. So that is the good part about it. I do need to figure out what size screws I need. I think I need M3 by 20s. If I remember right. I could be wrong. I'll just stick some M3s through the holes and see how long they are. Because I remember with the center bit, it's a little bit thicker, obviously. Don't tell you how to live. All right, man, you do you. Or wait, no, just whatever. Have a good night. Let's see, where are we at? We're down to 10 minutes, guys. The nice part is that part's PLA, so I'm less worried about pulling it off right after it's done and getting warping. The ABS parts, they seem to be good. They don't seem to have warped. I don't have any crazy wobblies that I can't tighten down with a screw and make it better. Let's see here. What are these? These are 18s. Ugh. Maybe it's 2.5s I'll need. Hopefully I got some 2.5s long enough. Oh, wait. Okay, it is M3s. That one's just got a little bit of extra grit in the way from the print. Maybe. We'll get it. We'll get it together. We'll just screw it through until it grabs. It'll be fine. But these are M3 by 18s, which I think might be long enough. I don't remember how thick that other piece is, but if it's thicker than that, we'll do 20s. I'm pretty sure that's what's in the next bin over. But yeah, so we'll put this together tonight. And then I'll take a picture and send it to my buddy Shaun and make him jealous. Let's see here. And this one goes through here. And yeah, that looks like that'll probably be about right. I think it's the M3 by 20s. I could be wrong, and it might be bigger yet, but we'll find out when it's all done here, you know. Michael Cassell, good to see you, man. I hope you're doing better. I know last time we spoke, you know, there was a lot going on, man. So I hope you are well, my man. I hope you are well. Everybody sends some well wishes Michael's way. He is a good dude, and he is definitely deserving of any good vibes you can send his way. He is very deserving of well wishes. He's an amazing individual. I am thankful that Michael Cassell came into my life in some way, shape, or form, as I am for most all of you. Most all of you. Jack's a handful from time to time. But no, I'm just kind of cleaning up the schmutz in the holes here so that when that part finishes printing, we can assemble the little handheld unit that can be converted into the car topper unit later. But for now, I have everything to make it a handheld unit, so we're going to make it a handheld unit. Ta-da! I hope your Friday is going well as well. Hanging in there, just waiting till I can get that bypass done. Yeah, brother, fingers crossed for you. I'm not a praying man, but I'm sending all the well wishes I can your way, brother. But Mr. Cassell, I got my, thanks to Digital Dragon, I got my engineering crimpers, or my engineer crimpers, and I got my my feeler gauges. And then my buddy Shaun sent me 2 more batteries for the Meshtastic stuff. And here's the current setup. When we're done, it'll be more like this with an antenna off the top. So it'll be this little handheld guy that I can carry around. We're just waiting for the rib cage, the backbone, the centerpiece that everything mounts to, waiting for that to finish printing. And then we will kind of install everything in here. So it'll be pretty cool. I've got about 6 more minutes, it says, and then it'll be done. We're printing PLA, so I can do this. But yeah, so that's PLA right there. These 2 pieces were, or technically these 3 pieces, because there's a tiny little reset button. I should have printed the longer one, but I did the little one for fear that I might accidentally like hit the reset button unintentionally and then reset the unit, cause a problem. Geez, for as tiny as this is, I don't know how well this part's going to work. But it's this really tiny little reset button, like really, really tiny. So we'll try to squeeze that in there and get that in place. We'll get this. As a matter of fact, I should probably power this thing down now and kind of get ready to mount everything up, huh? So let's go ahead and pull the battery real quick here so that it'll stop running. There we go. Power is off. Now we can disconnect antennas safely. There we go. Take the little nut and washer off of this. Pull the radio out. Pull the battery out. And then here's the little antenna that comes with it. One of the little antennas that comes with it for the LoRa radio. Here's the 3000 milliamp hour battery. Okay, part is done. Crack the build plate, pull the part off. And there we go. Let's clean up some supports here real quick. Pop off some support material. Might be easier said than done at the moment. There we go. Got to get the support material out of there. This is only PLA, so I got to be kind of gentle with it. You guys know PLA has got its unhappiness. Okay, let's see. That hole looks pretty clear. And then the only other spots are right here. I was just playing around with this guy. This is a good little pick to pull the crap out. Get all the crap out of there. Throw that in the garbage. This is for the USB-C port. Run this back and forth a few times. Make sure we get all the crap out of there. Make sure the hole is cleared out for the reset button. Okay. Now see that tiny little reset button will fit down in there. It's in there. There's the little reset button. Little yellow button. Anyway, let's grab the overhead, shall we? Grab the old overhead. Tip this down. Flip this over this way. Move all this stuff back so I can get the camera up higher and over. There we go. And then we'll switch to this guy. There we go. Lift that up some more. Tip it down a little. And then grab our little radio here. Not really sure how this thing actually like mounts in there. Let's see. Okay. Appears to be in the right place. And then the USB antenna. I did notice something. I watched somebody build this thing out earlier. I want to see something here. If I take this and go down through here, push it up, move that out of the way, push it up through here, and then drop it down. That seems to be a better way of doing it than he did. I'm not going to take the sticky back off the antenna yet. And then this antenna goes through here. And it did fit pretty well. There we go. All right. So this antenna, we'll just do that with the wire. This antenna for the Bluetooth is working good this way. So that'll work like that. That'll work like that. And then the only other thing that's left to do is get the screws out and screw the board down. So I'm not fighting too much with it. I'm going to set it over this so the wires aren't pushing. And then there we go. Now we can get some screws in those. And thankfully the kit comes with the screws you need. I hope. We're going to find out if these screws will work. I think they was designed to work with these screws. Let me grab the bit that will work. Let's see, is this it? Yep, there we go. Okay. Well, oh wait, there we go. Okay, phew. It did grab, phew. I'm just making them snug. I'm not going crazy and trying to like over tighten them. Okay. Okay. Mounted. The Bluetooth, I ran it around through the bottom and then through this way so that it comes down. And then now the only thing that's left is to mount the battery. And I do kind of fear that for me to get the battery in there right, I would have to have come up through here, which means I got to undo everything I just did to get the battery through, I think. Yeah, because the battery is going to have to come up through the side here to plug in. And before we go plugging the battery in, let me then go ahead and, because the other wire is not anywhere near long enough either to come through here and make it over, or go this way and make it up over and to it, I don't think. Let's see. I put the battery in there. Let's see. Yeah, that wire is not long enough, and I am not going to try and splice a battery wire tonight. Let's see if this one's any really that much longer. Nope. All right. We'll fish it up through the side. We will fish it up through the side. We'll just undo everything we just did. We'll fish the wire through before we go and power anything up. Where did I put these two pieces real quick? The little washer that has the little bite on it, and then tighten that down. We're gonna tighten down the washer, or the nut, but we put the nut on the wrong way. I just realized that. The nut has a flat side and a flared side. I could be wrong. I'm not. It has a flat side and a flared side. Flat side down. Son of a biscuit. Okay. Okay. There's that. There. Now, so if I power it up, I don't fry the radio. There we go. All right. Bluetooth is in there. All that is done up. Let's loosen these up real quick. And then we'll just fish the battery wire. Put the battery in there. Lift this up out of the way. Push this up through. If I can get my fat Dan hands to cooperate anyway. I don't have tiny raccoon-like fingers, okay? There we go. Let's put the screws back in. I wish I had tiny raccoon-like fingers sometimes. Let's see. There we go. Line that up. There we go. The only thing I'm not doing, like I said, is actually peeling the adhesive and sticking the Bluetooth antenna. The PCB Bluetooth antenna. Nobody's talking. Has everybody run away? Is this part boring to everyone? Am I boring you all? You can tell me this part's boring. That's fine. Okay. Now we'll pull the battery down a little bit more. Plug this part in. Fire it back up. There we go. Green light. Tuck the Bluetooth wire back down in again. I'm pretty sure there's that. There's that. There we go. Now we just got to take some of these here, big old 20 mils. Find the right bit. Yeah, it's not good to have the radio transmitting without the antenna. That is why I made it a point to make sure that I plugged in the antenna or connected the antenna first, so that I didn't potentially fry a radio. That would be bad. So that was why I connected the radios. Let's see. Yep, and that does go through far enough. So we are good there. We just need to grab our M3 nuts. Should I be silly and use, I'm just going to use a standard nut. Okay, there's one. We need to loosen that a little bit. There we go. We'll get them all through first and get them all started, and then we'll crank them down. Get another nut. Nope. Hold on. Got a little bit of filament there. Pick it away. Pick it away, pick it away, pick it away now. There we go. There we go. I'll get these other two in, and then we'll have a nice little portable unit. Looks like a bumblebee. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Anybody remember that song? There we go. Back it up a little. Okay. Okay. One more to go. If all goes well anyway, one more to go. Square nuts mixed with regular nuts. I know. I am just a heathen, as it were. Don't tell Prusa. I don't need Joseph like mad at me for putting the good nuts next to the evil nuts. Tighten that one down. Tighten that one down. Make sure that one's good. And then tighten that one down now. And then tighten this one down. There we go. Unit is sealed up. There we go. Now let me grab my Meshtastic software here real quick. And it is currently reconnected. We are connected to the device. You can see it right here. There it is. So powered it back up. It reconnected to the software. And there it is. Now we have this nice little guy here. We can stick a piece of paracord or something through, put a carabiner on it, and then hang it. Let me go back to the big camera now. But we can hang it off of something and just kind of have it to dangle around, you know? But yeah, TonyG over on Printables is the guy who designed this setup. He's got them with the screen cut out in the front and different variations of the back for different batteries. Again, these are the 3000 milliamp hour batteries, so the 12 mil rear case is what I went with. And since I don't have a screen, I didn't put a screen on it. I just did the one without the screen because there's no point in having that random hole there. So here it is, the whole thing, nice and enclosed, ready to rock and roll. You guys basically watched me tonight print all the parts. We got the yellow pieces done, then we printed the black part, and we assembled it. We did all that in 3 hours of streaming. I went 3 hours. It is almost exactly 3 hours right now. So at that point, I'm going to tuck these away so I don't leave things out like a heathen. Nothing wrong with being a heathen, but I am not going to leave stuff out and messing it like a little heathen would, you know. Let me try to clean up some parts here real quick. Let's see if these screws are magnetic. They are. Oh, thank goodness. I should have done it the right way though and stuck them all in, or stuck this on the outside of the bag and had it pull them in. But I was able to pick them up. They are magnetic little screws, so a good thing I had a magnet sitting here. Here's the other bits that come with it. He's a mixed bag of nuts. You are correct. All right. So here we go. I have this cool little handheld unit now. Nothing against the free case. You know, the little plastic case I had sitting here that I drilled some holes in. Nothing against this, but you know, it was sitting like this and had a lot of empty space, and now, you know, there you go. So here we are. Boom. Ready to rock and roll. Let's see what the battery life is, because this is the original battery that I've had running in this for a couple days now. And we are at 55% battery. For those who remember, it was at like 72% when I plugged it in. Originally, it was a 72%. It dipped down to 70%. It went back up to 71, down to 70. So we were around 71% when we started with the battery 2+ days ago now. And yeah, really cannot complain. And it is not hitting the reset button. I'm not going to try and press the reset button. I'm just going to say that it's in there, at least acting like a cover. And then you've got your USB-C, and you can kind of see the flashy light in there letting you know. And then when you plug in, the red light would light up when you're running off of a more power. But gang, we made it to a 3-hour stream. I am now going to take this cool little guy here and wrap this up. probably take some pictures of this and post it up on my X, tagging Flowtech, Micro Swiss with the Flowtech hot end for that. Also tag, Central needs to get on X, man. They really do. But I'll have to double check and see if they're on like Instagram and stuff. I want to take a couple pictures. I'll post them up on a couple of socials so you guys can see this a little bit, a little bit better in photos than you can on the streams. But I'll post some pictures of this up and, even tag maybe some mesh, tag Rockland in this so that they can see that I am doing stuff with the equipment that was purchased for me. So, but gang, thank you for coming and hanging out. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. You made a multicolor Christmas fridge magnet for a lady at work. Video is posting in about 30 minutes. Jack, that is awesome, brother. I will go check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out, my man. But all right, gang, I do love y'all. I wish y'all a wonderful evening. Got my little antenna here. I'm going to put it back in this bag so I don't lose it. Joe, thank you again, good sir, for the original batteries. The battery that is in there is one of the ones you sent me. So just know, good sir, you live on in this project. You are one battery that's in here. Here's the other battery. We actually cut and crimped and put the proper 2.0 on these so they will connect right to the board because they come with a 1.25. So this is what they looked like when they got to me the other day. They got that little bitty fella. So we upgraded. So thank you again, my man, for sending those out right away. That was awesome. The ones my buddy Shaun ordered took a little longer to get here, but it is what it is. I have extra batteries, which means I need more projects, right? I need more Mesh-tastic. That's all that means. I need more mesh network in my life. But again, love you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for spending 3 hours this evening with me. For those of you who came in at the beginning and are still here, and for those of you who popped in throughout the evening, I'm glad you're here as well. Nothing against anybody. Love you all. Have an amazing night. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of jail. Happy 3D printing and all those things. And don't forget, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Bye, guys. Bye, Da Vinci.